Hey, happy Thursday. Is this tea done? Cool now? All right, let's get into this read. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afro-Zen. And today I'm reading for the beautiful, handsome collective. Hello, 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 collective. Thank you so much for being here. It is truly appreciated. Thank you for all the tips, the donations, the shares, the commentary, your immense support. Again, it is truly, truly, truly appreciated. Before we get into this read, don't forget to grab this copy of this book here, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. All right, this book is readily available for purchase on Amazon.com. Okay, it was created by me to help and assist the collective with going through your shadows in a very healthy way so you can get out of stagnancy and you can live the best version that you feel is best for you. Okay, thank you again for your immense support. Let's dive into this read. Channel message here is they walked away from you to protect the lie they live in. They walked away from you to protect the lies that they lived in. For some odd reason, they truly thought that if they got close to you, or more so in proximity to your relevance here, that their lies can be hidden. I'm realizing now, due to my extensive research of things, that people are drawn to others who tend to have the capacity to actually expose them. But yet again, we are living in a society, yet again, or once again, where things are very, very, very subtle. And if you are one that is not truly paying attention to the subtleties that are surrounding you, well, then a lot of things can actually slip through the crack or could be hidden right in plain sight in front of your face. So when it comes to these narcissistic individuals, it didn't start with abandonment. It started with them internally, okay? The break wasn't between you and them. It was within them first. So by the time they walked away from you, they had already walked away from their own truth, their own standards, and the version of themselves that could actually sustain something real. They always claiming and proclaiming that they want something real. And then when you came along to show them the realness that they were missing, or more so that they were afraid to, we'll say, express, or more so embodied, it became too much for them to handle. So they ran away with the lie that they actually live in. So you didn't lose them in the end. You witnessed the final stage of a loss that had already been happening long before you. You just added the icing to the cake. Okay, so you saw them for the lie that they are. You call them out, or you express yourself, or you disconnect to take how it resonates, of course. But something happened within them that caused them to become very scared because they did not want their lies to be shown in that way. So self-betrayal always come before external loss. Everything starts within first. So they were already betraying themselves with the lies. They ignored their own standards, their own values, and their own internal truth long before anything fractured between you and them. What looks like abandonment towards you is actually the overflow of how disconnected they already were within themselves. So you became a mirror that they could not tolerate. Your presence exposed the gap between who they were and who they pretended to be. Instead of confronting that internal conflict that they keep consistently fighting with amongst themselves, they chose distance. Walking away from you or running away from you or even disconnecting away from you was much more easier than them facing themselves. This is why, yet again, when you catch them in a lie, they run away, or you may not hear from them, for a couple days, a couple weeks, couple months, hell, sometimes even a couple years, because they have to constantly and consistently regroup to try to add more to the lies that they have initially created to just be around you. And normally, when a person who sees greatness within you and they know they can't introduce themselves with a lie, that yes, they're going to do everything possible to try to mirror you in many different ways. This is why people try to utilize information or behavioral information, because when people study your behavior or study your behavioral patterns, it gives them data or information as to how they can best utilize that to keep their lies under the radar. So this is why they don't like your silence, because with silence, they can't get anything from you. But for you, on the other hand, silence is really golden, or silence is the key for you, because you are able to successfully hear the messages, or more so listen to your discernment to guide you in regards to how to, we'll say, handle this person or that person. So an example of this would be, they once showed up consistent. So initially they're going to put on their best outfits or their best outlook as to how they want you to perceive them. So they once showed up in a consistent basis, being very honest and also present. So over time, they started cutting corners, lying, and also avoiding accountability. You notice and you stay grounded in truth because you embody truth. You don't embody lies. So it's not hard for you to stay in the truth that you embody, right? So instead of correcting themselves, they pulled away, became very distant, and then left. Now, from the outside looking in, it looks like they abandoned you. No, they did not. In reality, and remember, the reality is the truth of things, they abandoned the version of themselves that could stand in integrity long before they walked away. Okay, so let's break this down with my oracle decks here. Again, the channel message here is they walked away from you to protect the lies that they live in. That's what protects them, the lies. If you break through their lies, if you shatter their lies, they're going to feel naked. They're going to feel very vulnerable, and they don't know what to do in regards to your vulnerability or their vulnerability and also their lies, okay? Can y'all see me okay on YouTube? Can y'all hear me and see me okay? Let me double check. Give me a second. Oh, Okay. Can y'all hear me and see me okay? Hey. Okay, perfect. All right, we good. All right, let's break down these decks here. All right, so they walked away from you to protect the lie they live in. All right, let's see. All right, they walked away from you to protect the lie they live in. Hey, y'all, happy Thursday. Hope y'all having an amazing day wherever you are in this beautiful world. All right, let's see. They walked away to protect the lie they lived in. Yeah, coffin. And they thought that was going, dang, man, that's crazy. They thought this is weird. Okay, let's break this down further. They thought that they successfully disconnect from you, that it was going to cause you to run to them or to get closer to them, because it's going to leave some form of a disconnect in regards to communication. Now, communication and also behavioral patterns are one of the top two things that narcissistic individuals tend to use to stay ahead of the curve or to stay underneath the radar, okay? And by them walking away from you, they thought that they wanted you to feel like it was the end without any closure. So So they created a scenario that they ended it was a death between you and them. And this is more so like, again, in regards to communication, or more so in regards to behavioral patterns that they did not want you to see. So they inconspicuously created we'll say a false death between you and them. But while you're thinking, or they want you to be in a position to think or to feel like something's wrong. Why they disconnect from me? What happened? What's going on with the narcissist? They want you to start to be thinking about them or have you on their mind 24/7. And this is a ploy or a play or a plan that they thought was going to be successful. So they thought that you were going to chase after them to see why they disconnect from you. And that would give them, we'll say, a power up here to make them feel even more validated that the lie that they wanted to live under will be able to continue to be in that space. They want to continue to live in the lies, but they need you to validate or to confirm that the lies that they're living in is going to become, we'll say, normalized, if that makes sense. Y'all can't hear me? Y'all gonna have to come out, babe. I don't know what to tell you. And honestly, you're interrupting my live. So give me a second here. Can y'all hear me on Instagram? I don't know what's the issue. Y'all give me a second. Hold on. Let me end it. Give me a second, y'all. One thing I just...
This is the difference between a run.
Give me 1 second, y'all.
This is the difference between a run.
All right. Let's see. All right, let's see if that works. All right, that should be fine. All right, cool. All right, let me reiterate what I stated. So, channel message here. They walked away from you to protect the lies that they live in. Okay. Now, this is what they utilize. So they utilize distance in a way to get you to run after them or to fight them down in regards to why they initially disconnect from you. They wanted you to be close to them. They wanted you to be wrapped up into their lies. But in order for them to successfully get you wrapped up into their lies, they needed for you to confirm, or more so to validate, that their lies are actually normal or normalized as truth, if that makes sense. Now, when that didn't happen, because you are the one that either called them out or something within you triggered you to realize a little bit closely, that something was off with this person in regards to the lie that they were speaking, they thought you were going to run after them and you did not. So it started to become a concern for them because they realized that the lies that they are actually living under or, embodying, it's not normal or normalized. And it's caused them to actually become very sick because they don't know what you're saying and they don't know what you're doing. You're not chasing after their lies, because why would you chase after a lie? A lie is a lie. That makes sense. And if you're one that's speaking truth, you don't ever have to chase after anything, to be honest here. And I'm going to go back to my notes to just confirm what I stated. So it didn't start with abandonment. It started with them internally. The break wasn't between you and them. It was within them first, initially. So by the time they walked away from you, they had already walked away from their own truth. They never came with truth in the first place. Their truth has been misplaced for whatever, how many years, weeks, months, etc., based on the experiences that they have experienced. And they've completely buried their truth a very long time ago. So by the time they walked away from you, they had already walked away from their own truth, their own standards, and the version of themselves that could actually sustain something real. You didn't lose them in the end. You witnessed the final stage of a loss that had already been happening long before you. This was self-betrayal being shown externally now. So this was an internal feeling that they were feeling surrounding themselves in the lies that they embodied. That is a form of self-betrayal because they have been continuously and consistently lying in regards to who they truly are. Now, if they were to come out verbatim and to show you who they are, they know for a fact that you would not have accepted them. That's why they continue to live underneath the lies. This is why I always say they're very intentional in regards to what they're doing. And if anyone feels guilty based on you calling them out, they know what they're doing. They feel guilty because it's the truth. If that makes sense, their actual lies are the truth of them. It's a big difference between liars and truthful individuals. And let's break this down. You are a truthful person. For the ones that resonate, of course, you're going to embody that. That's not going to trigger you because that's what you do. You speak truth, if that makes sense. Them, on the other hand, they use lies, or they are a liar, but they want the specific lie or lies to be seen as the truth. And it's not. And it is, though. It's not, but it is at the same time. The actual lie that they're speaking, that's the truth of them. That is the actual truth. But they don't want you to see it in that way. They want you to see the actual lies that they speak. They want the actual lie to be the truth. If that makes sense, hopefully that makes sense. The actual truth of who they are, the embodiment of who they are, is the actual lie. They don't want you to see it that way. They want you to see the actual lie as the actual truth, to normalize. So I'm going to give you an example. There's an elephant in the room. Let's break this down so I want to make sure you guys understand where I'm coming from. There's a pink elephant in the room. Now, we all know ain't no damn pink elephant in this room. We all know how big elephants can grow in size, right? But because they want you to believe that lie so much, they're going to try to gaslight you or to manipulate you or to warp or shift or alter your perception that there's an actual pink elephant in the room. If that makes sense, it's a lie, but they want that lie to stick as the truth. They want that lie to be normalized as the truth, right? That's one part. Here's the other part, or the other layer of it. The other layer of it is that, yes, they are actually lying, and you know that they're lying, but that's the actually truth or the embodiment of who they are. So it's a yes and also no at the same time. Hopefully that makes sense. So with that being said, they got scared. This is why they ran away. This is why they so-called inconspicuously disconnected from you or ended the connection or the situation. But the connection or the situation never ended, or it was never dead. They only wanted to perceive that to you as if it was, because they did not want you to confirm that they were actually telling the lie. Hopefully that makes sense. So while you're thinking, and it could be on two different scopes of things, you're either thinking, hey, what happened to the narcissist? They just left me and they just disconnected from me and I don't know what's going on. So inquiring minds, you may want to, reach out to see what's going on with them. Well, why'd you disconnect? Is everything okay? And, did I do something wrong? That is what they want you to do, because it helps them to validate the lie or the lies that they spoke as the truth. That's what they want. They want you to fight them with their lies to be the truth. And you're not doing that. The other side of this here is that when they ran away, again, they were expecting or anticipating for you to run after them, and you did not. So because you did not run after them, it now put them in a space within their head that something is off with you, which is crazy. You're not chasing after them. You're not asking any questions. You're not curious about anything because you already received your answer. So in the way here, by them disconnecting from you, they gave you all of the answers, or they literally confirm by going in silence in regards to who they truly are, which is a liar. Hopefully that makes sense. So you became a mirror they could not tolerate. Your presence exposed the gap between who they were and who they pretended to be. Instead of confronting that internal conflict, they chose distance. But the lie was in the distance, and that's what you saw, which is why they chose distance, if that makes sense. So walking away from you was easier than facing themselves. So now they're in a headspace of the shoulda, coulda, woulda, because now they know they can't come back towards you. The door has been closed. The door has been sealed shut. They can't come back because all they have are lies. Thank you. And they know for a fact that you see them with the lies, which is why they're watching you from afar, which is why they're stalking your page, which is why they become so obsessed with you, because they want to know, what do you know? Do you know the actual lie about them, which is the actual truth? Do you know that they embody these lies, if that makes sense? Do you know that they are being exposed in a way that they don't want other people to see? What do you know? They're not going to come out and say that, but their actions are showing you what they're doing towards you. That makes sense? Thank you. So it's causing a lot of bad health because they can't figure out what you're doing, who you're talking to, why you're talking to this person, because of their reputation. Their reputation is based on lies. That's the truth. Their reputation is based on lies, and they need people to validate that particular lie or lies as the actual truth, and it's not. This is why they're very intimidated by you. Hopefully that makes sense. Someone could be born on the 31st, the 7th, July 31st, July 19th. Someone could be 19. You may have a 7-year-old. Someone could be 31. Take it how it resonates. Someone could be born in 91, 97, 93, 79, 71, 73. Could be a mature man, however it resonates. Take it how it resonates. Could be a father figure, brother figure, an uncle, ex-spouse, friend, best friend, whoever, however. Great-grandfather, great-uncle, okay? However it resonates here. But there's a mature man here that has been able to get away with lying for a very, very, very long time in their life. It could be 50 plus years, or this person could be 50 plus years old. But again, however it resonates. But nonetheless, this person feels triggered by you because you realize that they are a liar. They can't come close to you to lie anymore. So now they're trying to, or attempting to, put some kind of hands on you, physical hands on you, and they also can't do that as well either. So now they're stuck in between their head, or a rock in a hard place, and they're trying to figure out how to get out of this embodiment of lying, and they don't know how to do it. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. Thank you. So here's an example again. They once showed up consistent. Initially, they showed up consistent towards you. They showed up honest towards you. They showed up in a very present state towards you. Over time, they started cutting corners. Over time. Thank you. Over time, they started cutting corners, lying, avoiding accountability. You noticed that, and you stayed grounded in your truth because that's what you have. You have nothing but the truth. The truth doesn't rock you. The truth doesn't trigger you because that's what you embody. So, instead of correcting themselves, they pulled away, became distant, and then left. But they did not really leave. They're watching you quietly behind the scenes because they're intimidated by you knowing the truth of their lies. So in reality, which is the truth of things, they abandoned the version of themselves that could stand in integrity long before they walked away. They can't do it. Imagine a liar is intimidated by you but won't even face themselves in the mirror and don't even realize that they're really truly afraid of themselves. And because they're so afraid of themselves that you are aware that they're afraid of themselves, they want to punish you because you see the embodiments of the lies that they live in. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense. That's why they study your behavior. That's why they come towards you to have a conversation or many conversations with you, because they want to see where you are intellectually or more so behavior wise. Can they say something to get over you? Can they do a certain thing to, skip over or you ignore what they have done? They're very calculated in regards to what they're trying to do towards you. And to be honest, it's very cowardice. In this way, it's a very coward move that a person has to do all of this just to keep their lives afloat. It's giving scary, if that makes sense. False person. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody born in August, the 8th month. I'm also here in October as well, so take that how that resonates. October, octagon, OCT is the prefix of OCT is number 8. So something with 8, octagon, October. I'm also hearing octopus, something like that, okay, with the number 8. Or you're seeing it in many different sides or many different ways. Or also the number 8 can represent the stop sign too, because the stop sign has 8 sides. I'm just seeing a number 8. But they're a false person that was stopped in their track. All right, tell me about the coffin. Let's go deeper surrounding this coffin. Revolutionist, freedom fighter, pursuer of welfare, justice, champion of transformation. Yes, again, they thought that if they put it to rest, they never put it to rest. They did not. They wanted you to think that they did, and they did not. So that's why they started to talk about you to other people, to make people think that something was wrong with you because you spoke truth. Pay attention to that. Why do people create smear campaigns? Why do people create smear campaigns when you're just speaking the truth? Think about that for a moment. Why do people get so afraid that you are speaking truth? This was an illusion. It wasn't real. Them walking away from you, them disconnecting from you, it wasn't real. They never disconnected from you. They wanted you to think that. So they wanted to pry behind closed doors or watch you from afar to make you feel like that you were hallucinating, or to make you feel like that something was off with you. Because yet again, if there's no concrete evidence or proof that they're watching you from afar, it's going to make you look unwell. This is how deep and how in depth a person who lies for a living or who embody lies are going to do to ensure that the lies stay afloat. If that makes sense. Tell me about the message. That's a lot. We have homeless, unemployment, solitude, hunger, bankruptcy, wandering. This is where they are based on their lies. You unemploy them from their lies. They cannot connect to the lies anymore because you spoke the truth, because you embodied truth. And they see that. They witness that. They experience that. So you made them unemployed. They were once employed by their lies. They were once hired by their lies. Not anymore. They're not getting any money for it. They're not getting any accolades for their lies. They're not getting any benefits for their lies. They're not being put or placed in a position where they can be at an advantage surrounding their lies. You fired them from their lies. You disconnect them from their lies because you embody truth. And truth is always, the vibration of truth is going to be much, much, much more higher in vibration surrounding lies, if that makes sense. Also, solitude is here as well, too. Because of the truth that you spoke and the truth that you embody, it put them in solitude, which is here, which is why they wanted you to run after them, which is why they wanted you to fight after them. They thought they put it to rest, and they did not. They wanted to give you an illusion that you brought back up the situation to make them look right, and they're not right, or to make them look correct, and they weren't correct, if that makes sense. So if they run away because you saw, hey, you're a liar, Karmic. You're a liar. I ain't no liar. I ain't no liar. And they run away from you quietly, and you keep going chasing after them, which is what they want. And you're telling them that they're a liar. You know that they truly are. It's going to make you look insane. See where I'm going with this? That's why you got to let them be. Because when they realize that you're not chasing after them, they are the one that's going to resurface. Always, like clockwork. They always resurface when you leave them alone. And that's what caused you to be the revolutionist. Also, we have hunger, bankruptcy, and wandering as well, too. So their lies, now they're in a hunger state or a hunger space where the hunger can no longer feed them, or the lies can no longer feed their hunger. They have to use truth, or they have to settle for truth, or they have to receive truth, and they can't receive truth. Next thing here is bankruptcy. They have used up all the lies that they have ever had in their arsenal. And they can't use those same lies anymore. So now they're bankrupt with the lies that they have overused. It doesn't work anymore. It's obsolete. It's null and void, if that makes sense. And then the next one here is wandering. So now they're trying to figure out how they can get another lie or create another lie to stay in the position of them being or embodying the lie. And it's not working. This is why they're here. This is why they're here, because the lies don't work anymore. And because the lies aren't working anymore, they blame you. Well, I can't lie anymore because the collective sees me. And you ain't saying anything. You're just allowing them to be. And allowing them to be in their space of habitat of lies is going to cause them to be here. All right, tell me about the bad health. Bad health. Reader, seeker of knowledge, knowledge pursuer, explorer of information, bad health. So you read them down. Yeah, you read them down. Yeah. You read them like a book. You literally did. They thought they read you like a book. They did not. They didn't even read all the contents of who you are within the book of you, or the book of truth, or the book of self in regards to your truth. They couldn't handle it. That's why they couldn't read you. Does that make sense? Yes, you are an open book to a certain extent. And every, we'll say, page that they did attempt to read was the absolute truth of you. But if a person cannot receive and accept the truth as such, it's going to make them sick. You made them sick because of the truth that, yet again, you embodied, that you carry within yourself. It's too much to handle. You are too much for them to handle. That's why they ran away. That's why they ran away. They never read something so profound in their life. You. Wait, this person really telling the truth? They're really the truth? Yeah, you are. And most people can't handle that. That's why they run away like cowards and want to talk about you and all these foolish things. You, on the other hand, I'll put it this way. What they read about you made them sick when they really realized that you were speaking the truth. And again, we all know that truth can trigger some individuals if they're not ready to receive it. They weren't ready to receive you. That is the truth. Well, how can I measure up with these lies to their truth? Dang, they really telling the truth. Shit, man. And this is how they're feeling. They feel stuck within their head. Because really, that's where all the lies form anyways, is within their head that they cannot get out of. So to take that guiltiness or that guilty conscience off of them, they have to throw you under the bus. How are they going to throw you underneath the bus with truth? If anything, if they do that, it's making it worse for them. Again, they are not smart. I'm going to keep saying it. They're not smart. A smart liar is crazy. A smart liar, and this is how they deem or they see themselves as such. A smart liar? Okay. Whatever. Tell me about this mature man. Someone's name is Penny or Pennington. Pence, P-E-N-C-E, pencil. Percy. Peyton, P-A-Y-T-O-N, P-E-Y-T-O-N. Priscilla. All right, tell me about the mature man, please. Athlete. All they did was ran with lies, bruh. That's all they do is run with freaking lies. Okay, hut one, hut two, hut, yep, I got it, huh? And they just, 100 dash, just running and running and running. All they do is run with lies. That's all they do, man. That's all they do. If there was a test between who can lie the most versus who can tell the truth, they may think that they can outsmart you with the lies that they speak, but they cannot. That's why they wanted to end it, or they wanted you to thought or perceive that they did. They did not. They disconnected from you to give you the illusion that everything has ended. It has not. What it did was create a monster surrounding the lies that they cannot speak about you or to you anymore. That's what it did. The gossip, the envy, the jealousy, the group of people, etc., etc. They have to validate or revalidate their lies with people who don't know you, but people who they feel very comfortable speaking about you to make the lies stay afloat. Now the coffin's in reverse. If that makes sense, they need the lies to stay alive so they can stay alive, so they can survive. But yet again, they walked away from you to protect the lie they live in. They literally, figuratively, metaphorically speaking, they thrive and they survive in lies. You completely capsized their whole internal world because the truth cannot live there. That's why they ran away from you. That's why they wanted you to chase them, to make you look insane. Does that make sense? You have the truth. You are the only one that has the truth. They know you have the truth. You run after them. I told you. I knew you were lying. And and I knew, and I knew, and I knew. And now they want to try to make you look insane. Leave them alone. I'm telling you, leave them alone with their lies. Because this is not over. I'm telling you. This is a ploy. This is a plan to get you to run after them, to make you look and to perceive you and how other people perceive you as unwell. And you are not unwell. Anyone that speaks truth is not unwell. Can we make this make sense, please? I mean, so for real. Can we make this make sense? How can someone that is truthful in nature, not causing harm to anyone, not putting anyone in harm's way, and only speaking truth, literally staying in their lane, and while you're staying in your lane and you continuously thrive and keep growing, how can that be considered a person that's unwell? Make it make sense. Make it make sense, because that's what they're trying to do. Make this make sense. Anybody. Oh, they're unwell. Oh, yeah, something's off with them. By speaking truth, but nothing is unwell with them by the lies that they speak. By them running away from you like they Flo Joe in a 100-meter dash, right? Like they Usain Bolt. In the Olympics and shit, right? Nothing wrong with the lies, but there's everything wrong with the truth that you speak. Make it make sense. If at any point in time you catch someone in a lie, leave them alone. Don't say anything to them. I'm telling you, leave them alone. Don't say not one peep, not one flick of a fart to them at all. Because when you don't say anything, you create the revolutionary. Yes, this is where the revolutionary is televised, or the revolution is televised, because now they stop dead in their tracks. They're like, oh shit, now the collective ain't following me. The collective ain't checking on me. What's going on with the collective? Oh my God, what do they know about me? Oh shit, do they know that I lied? Okay. Let me calm down. The distance that they put between you and them is for them to regroup. This is what they're doing. They need to regroup to figure out how they can come back towards you with the same lie. But yet again, all they have are the same lies, which is why you made them homeless with the same lies that they use. And because they don't have any more lies in their arsenal, now they're here. Now they're in their head. Oh God, I don't know what to do. And the collective is such and such. And and you gotta stay away from the collective. And they're not telling the truth. And you're not even saying anything. You're not even doing anything to these riffraff heifers. You ain't saying not one darn thing to them. And they can't handle that. They can't handle that you won't expose the lie in the way that they thought or anticipate that you would. And you don't have to. Their actions will. So when they think that they have buried this lie here, they did not. That's why it always resurfaces in the way that it needs to. Checkmate. Liars are not as intelligent that people claim for them to be. I'm telling you, they are not. Are they calculated? Yeah, they can be calculated. But sometimes just because someone is calculated doesn't mean that the calculation as to what they calculated is actually intelligent, because it's not. And when you're able to physically and successfully break it down, you'll be like, what is this bullshit, bruh? For real. That's why they can't stand individuals like you, because of the truth that you embody. Does that make sense? And please let me know. Does that make sense? That's why they can't read you. The contents of your truth that you embody is too much to receive. It's too much to read. It makes them physically ill. If that makes sense. And that's not your fault. That's their fault. Because if they would have left you alone, they would not be in this predicament in their head, crashing out, if that makes sense. This is their own doing of their own self-sabotage based on the lies that they want to continuously live in, if that makes sense. So that's on them, not on you. Let me drink some tea. 1 second. Nothing never ends. Thank you. Nothing never ends with a lie. It ends with the truth. Literally, figuratively, metaphorically speaking. Nothing ever, 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 ever ends with a lie. Literally, figuratively, metaphorically, spiritually speaking. It truly ends with the truth. Literally. That's where you come in. That's why they try their hardest to ensure, again, you chase after them with your truth. Why are you chasing a lie with truth, if that makes sense? You don't ever have to chase anything. The truth is always shown to you, is always given to you, is always presented to you, if that makes sense. Since when do you have to go and chase after the truth? They want you to chase after their lies with your truth to discredit you with the truth that you have. No, you don't have to do that. So I'm going to keep saying it. They are not smart and they are not intelligent. They are not. Break it down to a simplistic form. You be like, this is what they're truly doing. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense, but it doesn't make sense, if that makes sense. They're nonsensical calculations that they keep thinking and feeling is, oh, that's the truth. Oh, yeah, dang, they really smart. It is not. I'm telling you, it's not. Ninja. So when you see them for the liars that they are, or the lie that you caught them in, now they're trying to escape with the same lie that you caught them in. Now they're trying to bring some form of a harsh reality or a harsh verdict because you saw them for the liars that they are. Well, I'm going to show you, and I'm going to show you, and they do every time, collective. They show you every time. With their lies. Well, you're not going to chase after me with my lies? No. Well, I'm going to show you. Okay, please. Please. Then they end up here publicly. Then they end up here publicly. Now the community looking at them. Well, I thought you said. Well, I thought you said the collective lied. Well, they did. Yeah, they did. What? You don't chase after them. It's going to put them in a tizzy mentally to gossip. You don't chase after them. It's going to put them in a tizzy to recalibrate and reconfigure the lies that did not work on you with other people. So now they're adding more people to the pot for the pot to finally boil over, for everyone to see them here publicly. Checkmate. 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 Take it how it resonates. It could be a father figure. It could be your father figure that lied to you. It could be an uncle that's a father figure. It could be a brother figure that's a father figure. It could be an ex-spouse. Maybe you share a child. Take it how it resonates. Or you could be a father that's on a high vibrant side of things that truthfully embody the truth, and you're going through this. So however it resonates. But on the wrong side, or the negative side or darker side of things, this heifer here is a lost soul. A lost soul that has nothing but lies. They lost the internal parts of self based on the lies. The lies ate them alive, literally, figuratively, metaphorically speaking. The lies truly ate them alive, and they can't handle it. You can handle it. That's why you read them as such. Oh, that motherfucker liar. A nasty one too. And they cannot express the guilt that they have for the lie that they embody. Does that make sense? This is why they are so cowardice in nature to run away, because the lies ain't helped them to get them where they need to get with you. Checkmate. And now this false father figure is a lost soul in there. Oh God, what do I do? Oh man, dang, the collective see me. Oh man, God damn it, I can't. This is where they are. Baby, this is where they are. Unemployed with no lies. They can't get a job, literally, figuratively, spiritually, mentally, financially, psychologically. They've been unemployed from their lies. You disconnect them from their lies. You fired them from their lies. What else they got left? Vulnerability, nakedness. Oh, I feel seen. Yeah, heifer. Yes, they feel seen. Now they're in solitude of the homelessness of their lies. Now they feel alone. Now they feel exposed. Now they feel seen, if that makes sense. Now do you understand when I say it doesn't pay to lie? Literally and figuratively, because if you lie, baby, that's a hefty price you gotta pay. I don't recommend for others to lie. Hey, everybody gonna live their life how they live their life. That's cool. But don't you come around me with no freaking lie. I'm telling you. Don't come around me with no lie. I don't like liars. I can't stand them. I loathe them. Truly despise them. I'm so for real with you. I cannot stand a liar. Because you don't have to lie. Just be honest. I don't care. Is that the truth? Yeah. All right. Then that's the truth. Don't lie to me. Because you're going to regret it. And they regretting this. They so smart, they're dumb. And learn is in reverse, because them heifers didn't learn not one goddamn thing, child. What did they learn? Not to lie for a living. What did they learn? That you would not chase them with your truth based on the lies that they spoke. You don't have to chase anything, not even a lie. Let the lie come to you. And they did, on their own terms. I'm just going to disappear. I'm just going to disconnect. I'm just going to hide from them. Yeah, I bet you they're going to chase after me. Bullshit. 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 Chase after lies, child, please. So, what did they learn, class? What did the karmics learn? Or what did the liar learn? Clearly not anything. Now they want a lawyer. A A lying lawyer at that, child, please. Now they want a lawyer to cover up their lies because now they feel much more intimidated and exposed by you. Say, I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you. Show us, heifer, please. Show us while I eat my lunch and drink my tea, okay? Oh, man. Hold on, y'all. Let me sip my tea, okay? I keep telling y'all they funny as hell. Y'all ain't understanding why I be laughing at them. How in the hell they gonna try to hurt you with lies and then get mad at you when you see them for the truth as to who they are, and then you're laughing at them and they're mad? I don't give a flying damn, a flying fart, a flying flick of it. I will continue to laugh my belly full. Who don't like it, go suck it. Let me don't say that. Who don't like it, that's on you. I don't care. Yeah. So they're going to get a lawyer, or the lawyer is supposed to defend their lies. A lawyer defending their lies. A lawyer defending their lies. Thank you. Make it make sense. A lawyer says, keeper of justice. What justice? Is lying justified or is the truth justified? Let's break this down. It says lawyer, keeper of justice is what it says. Keeper of justice is what it says, right? Keeper of justice. So is lying justified or is the truth justified? Which one? Because they wanted to be clear as day that they can justify their lies to continue to cause and wreak havoc into your life is what they're trying to do. And it won't work, because not only would this lawyer be disbarred for practicing a lot of, what's the word? Ethics. Is a certain word. They're going against the code of ethics surrounding the lies. To keep these lies afloat. So even the lawyer didn't even learn nothing. Imagine you're going to school for how many plus years? 8, 10, 12, 14 years. However long people go to school to become a lawyer. Thank you. Unethical work practices. Thank you. Glow states that on TikTok. Thank you. Imagine you going to school for so many years for you to just become disbarred for lying. And this is a hefty lie, because this lie, one lie is a domino effect that's going to cause a lot of shift and changes that a lot of people are very afraid of. All because one person wanted to play with you with their lies. You see where lies can get a person? If they decide to utilize lies, let them. Let them do whatever they want to do. They can do whatever they want to do. Let them. They want to hide. They want to bury behind the lies. They can do whatever they want to do. The reason why they were exposed is because they came to you to mirror you. That's it. To mirror you. To show up as if they were like you. And you know they can't stay that way for long. They cannot. Because eventually they're going to start to crack under pressure because of the contents of who you are. The truth as to who you are. They keep saying, yeah, I want a real person. I'm a real person and I'm the truth. And they keep saying it. If you are the truth, baby, you don't even have to say it. It will always show. You don't have to say anything about you being truth. It will show in your actions. But because they had something to prove, they had to keep reiterating to you that they were the truth. Yeah, right. So let them get their little lawyer. Let them get their little whoever they want to get. They all, it ain't looking good. I'm telling you, it ain't looking good at all. It ain't looking good. This father figure like, what did I do? You lied, heifer. That's what you did. Karmic daddy, karmic father, narcissist father. What did you do? What did I do? You lied, heifer. That's what you did. That is the truth. Case closed. Because that's the truth. All of this could have been avoided if they would have left you alone. But no, narcissists have to show you who's the big bad wolf. And they do. They always do. The little dog always have to show you that they're bigger than what they truly are. And they're not. I've seen some little dogs that have a lot of heart. And I'm looking like, yo, you little as hell. You got this big behind dog that can just come and just, whop you in one, in one chomp. But the little dog, thinking that it's bigger than what it is. And it's not. You are the big dog. You're going to always be big dog. Always. You always going to be big dog in this MF. Checkmate. Imagine them volunteering. Thank you. They're volunteering to paint a picture of lies. Ooh, pick me. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, heifer, go ahead. Show us what you got. Yeah. Now they're sending messages, or they're carrying messages, and the messages are lies, and we all know lies spread pretty far and wide. Yes, we know this. We've seen this. We've experienced this. So the ones that do, you understand where I'm coming from. They volunteer to paint, to create, to generate something that's not true. Paint an illusion, paint a lie, paint a fable, a fictional story. A fictional story, not true. I feel like we in Dragon Tales. Remember Dragon Tales on WHYY? Dragon Tales. They never end. Remember that? And they would touch the dragon tail egg, I think it was. And I wish for all my might, something. It's been a very long time since I saw that child. Remember that? And they will go into a whole new storyland, a whole new story time. Hell, let's even give it Reading Rainbow too, for sure. Because when you open up a book, take a look. Is it a book? Reading Rainbow. I feel like we are Reading Rainbow too. Because they always coming up with many different types of scenarios that are playing in their mind. Liars, thank you. Liars create scenarios in their mind that they manifest into reality. That is the truth. Let me repeat that. Liars always creating realities in their head. The illusions are their truthful reality that they create in their head that actually manifests because they play it out for everyone to see. They're not smart. I'm telling you, they're not. I'll shout that to the highest mountaintops with them damn goats, them damn billy goats that be on the mountaintops. I promise you, they are not as smart that people keep claiming and proclaiming that they are. They are not. I stand 10 toes firm on that. They're not. Now they want to be the best writer of their lies and spread it around. Let them spread it. Who cares? Let them. Because all they're doing is just setting a pit for themselves. This is all they're doing. And then eventually it would actually be here for sure. 100% true. Eventually they will be here. The lies will be here. And yeah, they too. That makes sense. So let them do what they gotta do. Let them feel comfortable in their lies. That's why they ran away from you in the first place. Yep, let them drive off with their lies. Yep. And their lies are going to put them in the space wherever they need to be. And we all know where it's going to be. Let them, boo. Please. Do not chase anyone's lies with your truth. Of course, speak your truth And that the way that you speak truth or exercise truth or be actionable in your truth is going to bring out the lies. I'm telling you, it's going to trigger people who can't handle your truth. Let it flow. Like, oh, okay, dang, that triggered you? Shit, that made you feel that way? Oh, okay. Watch. You are the control of the truth, not them, not lies, truth. Very criminalistic in nature. They are. They're very criminalistic in nature with their lies. Child, please. What else? Where am I at? Okay, 65. Creator. A criminal is a liar. It is what it is. A criminal is a liar. And they're always creating as much as they can to keep the lies afloat. This mental health is an epidemic. It's a pandemic. It's also an endemic. It is out of control. Lying has become out of control. Lying has put innocent people in harm's way. It has become widespread and it is out of control. They want to normalize lies as truth, and I will never, ever go for that. Never. Especially when a person's life is on the line, I will never go for that. Ever. Bartender, massive libation, small talker, alleviator. So this person drinks, and when they drink, the most will say intimate parts of self is exposed by them drinking. They love to drink, and they tell you exactly how they feel. You're like, oh, that's how you feel. Okay. Employee. Yeah, they were once an employee of lying, and they're not anymore. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse. Let me switch decks. Let me see if anything else differently is going to come out. They lost faith. Baby. They lost faith of the lies that they expose by coming around you, trying to mirror you. Talk about they're going to expose you. How are you going to expose us? With truth? Okay, expose us then with truth. Okay, do it. Do it. Okay, who cares? Yeah, that's the truth. We will even say it our damn selves because we're not afraid to speak the truth, if that makes sense. So say it, heifer. Who cares? If that makes sense. We don't have a lack of accountability. We have accountability when it comes to our truth. That's why we can speak it so freely, if that makes sense. That's why, and this is my personal point of view, this is why, I take it serious, I do. I want to make that clear. I do take everything that I say serious. But when it comes to them trying to utilize lies against other people, their character, I just can't take. I can't take them serious because it's much deeper than that. And it shows me again that they're intimidated, they're cowardice, they're afraid, they're scared, and it's just like, okay, well, I can't take someone serious like that. I just can't. I lose all cool points for them. And to be honest, I'm very repulsed by an individual group of people like this. I said it there. I said it. And I stand on what I state every time. Oh, you shouldn't say that. Well, how about what they said about others surrounding lies? Why don't people check others when they tell lies or when they exhibit lies? Why is it always the truthful ones getting checked? Why is it always the truthful ones being ganged up because they're speaking nothing but truth? You ain't touching anybody, you just speaking truth. And then they want to go the extra mile and try to weaponize your truth as such. Nah, that ain't gonna work. It's just not. I don't give a damn who it is. It's just not. If you don't want anyone to learn anything about the truth of you, stay away from truthful people. Stay away. I promise you it's that simple. I don't care who don't like me, who don't agree. I don't care about any of that. If you don't like what I'm saying, stay out my space. And then you won't have to hear anything. You'll be like, you stay out my space. Generally, collectively speaking, stay out the space of truth if you can't handle it. It's that simple. Don't go looking for anything that you're not ready for. It's that simple. But yet they want to keep coming towards you because they just have to learn the truth of you. And when they do, they can't handle it. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's why I can't take them serious. I just can't. And I never will. I'm not going to entertain a coward that speaks lies. Because I already know what they are. You just look at them, you be like, man, get out of here. And I'm going to show you, and I'm going to put your dukes up, and you better, and yeah, and I'm going to get the fuck out of here, bro. I got time for that weird stuff. Because that's all they have next is anger. That's all they have next is anger. Oh, you put your dukes up, and I'm going to, man, please, get out of here, bro. That weird shit, bro. They angry because they're embodying lies. They're angry because they expose their own lies by embodying the lies within themselves. Make it make sense. They were unprepared. Clearly, yeah, liars always unprepared. Strip them of their lies and see. I double dog dare you. Strip them of their lies and see. And you look closer, you be like, oh, okay. And you're a collective, and you're a skirt, you're a collective, and you'll never hear. And you will look like you wouldn't even say nothing to this person. You just be like, oh, huh. Well, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? And who are you talking to? Man, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here with that. Grown-ass people afraid of their lie being exposed, but you speaking lies. Don't speak lies. Don't tell lies. I don't want my lies to be exposed. Don't speak lies. What am I saying wrong? What am I saying wrong? And if I am, tell me. What am I saying wrong? So this is why you may feel that people don't want to be around you and people don't want to connect with you because you are the truth. There are other truthful people out here, but most truthful people tend to be by themselves. And that's, of course, for their protection, for their mental health, their sanity, for many other reasons, of course. You're not going to see a lot of truthful people bunched up together. No, they're going to be spread out. And that's for a reason, of course. But liars, baby, you can see a liar's a dime a dozen. They in groups, they in friendships, they're in group settings, they're in work settings, they're in family settings, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And you don't have to be a part of that. That's why. It's not your alignment. Lying is very unaligned to you. So they want to judge you and they want to put you in compromising position because you refuse to be aligned to their lies. What's the name of the movie? I'm not a movie person, but I may watch it and I will dissect the hell out of it. What's the name of the movie? What's your name? Tajan? What's the name of the movie? Or documentary? When I had some downtime, I'll watch it and see what's what. Look, lies. Obligation. Bottled up. So now they feel obligated. They bottle up all of their lies and they feel obligated to push it onto you. But when they do, they're unprepared by the outcome. I Am Legend. Okay. Let me write that down. Thank you. I Am Legend by Will Smith. All right. 1 second. Let me write that down because I'm really not a movie person. I prefer to read. I love reading. All right. I Am Legend by Will Smith. Thank you. I'll see if it's, I'm pretty sure it's somewhere. They were unprepared for them being naive about you. They were very naive about you. But they're always quick to claim and say that you are. You're not naive. You're not. You're not. That's merely a projection that's being placed back onto them that they can't handle. We got Sagittarius. You could be a Sag. They could be a Sag. Capricorn. You could be a Capricorn. They could be a Capricorn. We have Pisces. You could be a Pisces. They could be a Pisces. However it resonates. We have Taurus. You could be a Taurus. They could be a Taurus. We have Libra. You could be a Libra. They could be a Libra. Aries. You could be an Aries. They could be an Aries. Capricorn. We have Scorpio. Leo. Gemini. Libra. Okay? So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to grab this copy of this book here, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. Ready, available for purchase on Amazon.com. If you like my teaching style on here, well, then you're going to like the contents of this book because I'm a person that likes to go deep into things. I love to research. I'm a nerd, if you haven't noticed yet. I love to read. I love intellect. I love information. I'm a sapiophile, okay? Love information. So make sure you grab this book here. Amazon.com, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. If you would like to join us in the Facebook group, that group was created. We dive deeper into the shadow parts of self. Okay, so there may be some parts of self that you may not have experienced yet or may not be aware that is stopping you from living to your fullest potential of your life. All right. So if you want some help and assistance with that, the group is free. Just come on over. If you would like some private consultation, that information has been all over my website, social media outlets. Again, thank you so much for being here. You are truly appreciated. Remember, you are here to thrive in this world. You're not here to play people's games. You're not here to be surviving under other people's games and mental BS. You're not here for that. You're here to successfully thrive in whatever you decide to put your big, beautiful mind to. Okay? Peace, love, and a bottle of hair grease. Love you guys. Take care. Thank you. You're welcome. See y'all. Mwah. Love to you guys. Take care.